know some people, my mentors actually forced me to do this, and this is something that's out of my comfort zone. But we were looking at a 252 unit this morning, and they were like, why don't you throw an event? And I said, man, I don't know. This isn't something that I do, but I know I get DMs all the time, people asking me for help. And, that's something that I'm always about is sharing, helping, networking, connecting people. There's people in this room that I've made money with and we've never seen each other. So it is a great, great time to, put face to name. So welcome and thank you guys all for coming. Before we get started, it is International Women's Day. So to all the ladies, happy International Women's Day. We did not forget, we know, so we want to acknowledge all the special women in our lives. So I'm Admir Bektik. I think I'm mostly known to be a wholesaler, but I'm an entrepreneur. My father got me started real early. This is our commercial construction site here, and it's me, I got two sisters. We were all born overseas in different countries. I was born in Bosnia, my one sister in Austria, the other one in Slovenia. We came here in 1999 with nothing. Didn't know English. I think my dad had $3,000 in his pocket. And this is a great, great country if you take the opportunities available to you. Clap it up. America is, I've lived everywhere, a lot of places in Europe. America is a great, great place. And we used to watch Fresh Prince. I'm sorry I'm kind of spilling about this. I just want you guys to know who I am. But we used to watch Fresh Prince overseas. And when my dad told me, hey, now we're moving to America, I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Uncle Phil's house is awesome. It's got staircase this way, a staircase this way. And, they put us here because we already had an uncle of mine who was living here, and they covered first month's rent. And, my dad had to figure out the rest. But we show up on North Howard down here in Akron in an apartment with no bed, no chairs. We had a refrigerator, and I remember opening it up during nighttime just to get cool. So, I just want to share this because, I'm somebody that came here, didn't know the language, we didn't have money, and it is so possible, but, it takes time and effort. So you just have to put the work in every single day, and it compounds. So a little bit about me, guys, some important things that I do want everybody to know, because no matter what stage of success you get to, you have to remember why, why you do this. So what I always tell people is if it's not clear, it's not near. Those days when it does get tough, remember why you're doing this. And for me, my dad's actually walking to the bar now, but this guy right here in the middle with his thumbs up, paved the way for me and my family. So there's no way that, me coming here and getting the advantage and all the work that he's done is to, excuse the language, but piss that down the drain. So this is my why. This is my son right here, my little cat Rocky. We got him when he was, I think, like 7 days. And I don't have too many pictures of me when I was little because we lost a lot of the files because, I did come here from a war-torn country. But I know we're all here for real estate, so I just want to kind of talk about that a little bit, and let's give you guys what you're here for. So the big thing that I'm into is being direct to seller and getting properties at a discount. And I know a lot of people here always look for properties off discount. Who's here a wholesaler? Wow, okay, oh my God. So anybody looking for deals, this is who you get deals from. Agents too. Agents have pocket listing. That's who you get deals from. Me personally, the few different ways you can get them. You can get it from the MLS. Every now and then you can find a discounted property on the MLS. Realtors, brokers, referrals are always great, and wholesalers. But you have to pay us the fee. There's a couple guys in here. First time I met in person, and we had a deal close today. We both made $12,500. And some other people too that I've sold deals to, and today's the first time I've met them. So it's a very easy business to do virtually, but you have to pay these assignment fees. So imagine if you got direct to the seller. You're cutting out all these fees, and your acquisitions cost is the lowest. So your margins are through the roof, but it takes some other stuff that I'll get into. And with wholesaling specifically, what is wholesaling? It's not real estate. It's sales and marketing. You either, once you get these people's information, first name, last name, what are you going to do? Go knock on the door? It's still kind of sales, door to door. Are you going to pick up the phone and call them? It's still sales. It's just the product happens to be real estate. And real estate happens to be one of my favorite products, and I'm sure that's why, a lot of you people are here. The basic process, I can talk all day about real estate, so if you guys afterwards, connect with me, I'll talk your ear off. But here tonight, we're here more to network, but I do want to share, the process of this, because you see all the people that raise their hands that are wholesalers. We locate a property, and that's through many different ways. Prop stream, you can pull lists of people who are tax delinquent. You can pull people who, live out of state and have equity in the house and the house is vacant. Afterwards, we contact these people. I use cold callers in my business, and actually the cold call company I use, the owner is here. Sean Grabo, raise your hand, buddy. The best cold call company, I would say, in the world for real estate. So if you need cold callers, they're actually one of the sponsors for the event. So if you can, give my man a round of applause. So what they do is they call a list of 10,000 people, for one agent that you hire. Imagine you sitting there and pounding the phone and calling all these sellers, hey, do you want to sell? Hey, do you want to sell? Hey, do you want to sell? You're going to get tired. After 2-3 hours, you're going to give up. So what his company does is they do all this groundwork and they send you 2 to 3 interested people who said, hey, I am interested in selling my house, and my sales team here closes the deals. Anissa, raise your hand. I didn't want to put you on the spot, but she's closing all the deals. She is awesome. So if you guys need help with your acquisitions or how to talk to sellers, go talk to her, after we're done. But once we get them on the phone, it's nothing but sales and marketing. We determine what the property is valued. We estimate the repair. There's coaching that goes into it, so I teach her, but we have calculators. And then you basically just negotiate a price, get it under contract, find a buyer. Who here is looking to buy deals? Look at all these buyers, everybody here is looking to buy deals. So that's, I would say, the easy part, because once you have a deal, you don't even need a serious buyers list. Post it on Facebook and you're gonna get hounded. And then you close on the property. So just real quickly, what that overview looks like is, you're the wholesaler in the middle, you offer a seller $40,000 for the property, you find a buyer for $50,000, that buyer's money comes to the closing table and that seller gets paid as $40,000 and you make a $10,000 check. Never owning the property. A lot of times you don't even have to step into them. Why I love going direct to seller is because you keep the best and you wholesale the rest. This might be weird to somebody to see, well, why would you say that? Are all wholesale deals bad deals? No, they're not. But for me, it's the acquisitions cost is low, and when a deal comes into my pipeline, the way I evaluate it is a rental first, because I'm all about passive income, and I think a lot of people need to be. The way things are going now, renters are being manufactured. The cost of, living is going up, the cost of housing is going up, and, I think there's a short window, but a lot of opportunity if you guys jump on it. The second stage when a deal comes in, I look at it as a hotel. Hey, if it's not a good rental for me, can I put maybe $0 to $10,000 into the deal and literally relist it back on the market? So when you're getting to the sellers directly, you're already having it at a discount. Sometimes a lot of these properties don't even need anything, maybe just a clean out, and list the property right back on the market. My third step is a fix and flip. Who here fixes and flips properties? A lot of us. Awesome, cool. But it makes a lot of money, but it's not my first option. I'm all about how much money can I make at the fastest amount of time with the least amount of work. That kind of, should be everybody's goal, but there's no problem paying a wholesaler. Does anybody in here have an issue paying a wholesaler? All right, cool. Just glad to know.
Might have got jumped.
Yeah. And then the last option in my business, you think it's funny as a wholesaler, is to wholesale the deal. It's always my last option. I'd love to build passive income first. I'd love to do an easy hotel or a flip because the profit margins are bigger. And then here go some of the tools that I use in my business today. Recently, Sherrod is the owner of this software that I use. He couldn't be here today, but in my opinion, the best CRM, and what that means, it's a customer relationship management software. So this is when leads come in and they qualify as a lead, this is where they're housed. So this is where I keep track of people. This is, we call from this system. It's our daily workflows, and I'll show a couple screens. PropStream is probably the most known software that everybody uses. This is where we pull lists from. This is where, you can type in Summit County, Ohio, and you can quickly filter and see who's all on a tax delinquent list, and you can pull these lists. And now you have this information of these people, and you can make calls or text or whatever. So I use it to pull lists, do comp, which is your comparable analysis. If you have a 2-bed, 1-bath house, you find another 2-bed, 1-bath house that's very similar in square footage, size, age, to compare the house that you're trying to put under contract, to what's been sold. And cash buyers. REI Sift is probably one of the most important but least known in my opinion, but this is where me as a wholesaler and a sales and marketing business, where I save a lot of money on marketing. Because a lot of guys, they'll send these lists to skip tracing. So you'll get phone numbers from PropStream, and now you need phone numbers. You're not going to go knock on 10,000 doors once you pull a list. You got to talk to these people very fast. So REI Sift helps me figure out who have I marketed to, who I have not marketed to, so I don't re-spend the same money. And I'll show you a quick little filter slide. But back to the CRM. So why do I use this? I use this because it records our phone calls, so me and my sales team, we can get better after listening to a call. Hey, maybe you could have taken this way, or you should have said this, or maybe nothing at all. You did good. This person is just somebody that's not motivated enough to sell, and we put them on a drip campaign, which is another thing that you do through the system. It automatically follows up with these people, and you can set the parameters. If you want this person text every single day, does anybody in here get text like, hey, I want to buy your house, ever? Yeah, it's, I'm sorry. But our process is once a lead comes into the system, for the first 7 days, we call those people every single day, 2 times a day, and we text them 2 times a day. So after those 7 days, if you don't answer, now we put you on an automatic follow-up, so we're not manually spending our energy on you because you're probably not that motivated. So, we might follow up for 6 months and then try to manually follow up again. You get a website, with REI Sift Resimpli for $99 a month. Very, very powerful tool that I use in my business, and I encourage everybody to have one. It's just a QR code. I mean, if anybody's interested, you can talk to me afterwards, about this. This is PropStream. So this is how, if you guys don't know how people are finding your information and sitting there texting you about your house. You can log into the software. You can type in Summit County, any county. You can go as low as a zip code. And then they have quick filters already. You can pick a vacant person. You can pick a tax delinquent person. And what that does is it'll give you all the people in a certain county or a zip code who are tax delinquents info, but all you get is first name, last name, property address, and that's it. So at this point you would have to go knock. But once you extract this list, you send it to skip tracing, and then now you can get phone numbers and sit there, call or text, sales and marketing. The good part is too, you can find out if these properties are listed on the MLS or are they not listed on the MLS. The best deals are off market. You're getting to them before they're even listed. And now you got, commissions, agent fees, and a lot of other things in the way. And REI Sift, data is king in wholesaling. So, if you haven't started wholesaling, or you want to start wholesaling, or you even do and you don't know about this software, you need to understand that your data is very important. Why do you think Google, Microsoft, Amazon, they all collect it? Because, if I know what you like, what you search, your interests are, I can target the audience, spend less money, and make more. So I'm sure if you say pineapple 7 times today, you're probably going to see an ad of a pineapple on your iPhone. I mean, they're watching, they're listening. Here is what REI Sift just looks like. This is outdated, but here's 182,000 records of people in my system. Out of those 182, 76% of these people, I have their phone numbers. We're constantly calling them, we're constantly texting them, trying to get these deals. Every single month, the system renews everybody's house who's vacant. Who do you think's more likely to sell a house that's vacant or somebody that's living in their primary? If you own a house and I can find out if your house is vacant, if you live out of state, you're also tax delinquent on a house, how many pain points do you have to actually want to sell this house? You're going to be very, very motivated. So if I can use systems and software in 2024 to figure out who my target audience is, I can get to a deal a lot faster. And this is touching back on saving money on marketing. So I can use this system and find out, hey, who out of these 182 people are in my system that I don't have numbers for and I've never skip traced. So that ensures me that I'm not going to re-spend the same dollars trying to market to people that I've already marketed to or not. Part of this over here, it's not the brag and boast, but it's to show you, the possibilities of this. Like, we literally came here with nothing. Last month in February, just from flipping, wholesaling, and lending private money, it was over $200,000. That's not rental income. That's not commercial side of things that me and my dad do. This can absolutely change your life. And I know wholesaling gets a bad rep sometimes. There are people who maybe lock up people for too high because they don't know what they're doing. But you got people that do things wrong in every single industry. Are they a bad person? No, they're not. They're just uneducated. So that's why we're all here trying to share information, learn, grow, and get past it. But I mean, look at the list of the benefits from wholesaling and flipping. How many people get paid? Structural engineers, people that take the photos, listing agents, title companies, contractors, local box stores. It's, from one transaction alone, there's so many people that get paid and so many families and, people that take money home to their families. So that's kind of what I just want to, leave you guys here with. Just all you need is that one good year. So if it's the hardest time in your life right now, there's a bunch of things in front of you. That just means on the other side, once you break through, there's light behind it. And it's funny because me and my mentors today, Leslie, Tenney, guys, raise your hands. These guys came here from Charlotte and Baltimore, and we looked at a 252 unit this morning before this event. So I had a very, very busy day. But all this single family stuff and residential stuff that I've been doing has been a stepping stone because now my goals are larger and bigger, but it's all helped me. So like last year I had a very good year. It propelled me to get me in position to buy large multifamily. So maybe your end goal is one thing, but just instead of looking at so many shiny objects, focus on the one thing that's making you money now, explode that, and then the opportunities are endless. Here's a quick little video we shot today, but I think I've taken up the mic a little too long. How do I go to the next slide? For all my wholesalers, I want to end with this because, honestly, anybody in general. So it's not how much money you make, but once you get to a certain point wholesaling, what are you going to do? At the end of the year, the tax man is coming. You can shield these wholesale assignment fees if you open up a self-directed IRA. The only thing you have to do is instead of it being you as the buyer or your entity as the buyer, it's your IRA as the buyer. So once you close this wholesale fee and that fee goes back to your IRA, this is tax-free money. Now you don't owe Uncle Sam. Once you explode your self-directed IRA, now you can start buying flips with it. So imagine you made $40,000 on a flip. You don't want to pay Uncle Sam 35, 40-something%. It can go right back into that IRA tax-free. So, as you start making money, hire people that can help you, CPAs. Is there any CPAs in here, by the way? I think I talked to a couple guys who were CPAs. There he is. Not gonna, just raise one hand, buddy. Come on, man, there you go. But as you make money, you don't need to know everything. I think all the great leaders in the world, Napoleon, whoever, they necessarily weren't a great leader because they just had good people around them, So build a team, but you need money. Thank you. All right. I know I talked a little long.
Hey guys, next I want to introduce two of our sponsors. We're going to start with Jake.
Hey everybody, I'm Jake Barnes. I work for a firm called Upright. I'm our fund manager. What does that mean? I lend money to real estate investors for flips, rentals, new builds. We have DSCR as well. Steve and I, we do a lot of business together. This guy, I don't want to say how many flips he did last year, but we did 40 together. We did 200. Something like that, right? But my firm, we did 232 deals last year for $43.4 million. just in Northeast Ohio, Michigan, and Pittsburgh. I'm an investor myself, house hacking. Just did my first one. So
Yeah.
I'm late to-
He's 24.
I turned 25 in a month, so honestly, I can relate to a lot of guys, but I get the itch to do deals for guys like this. But thank you for coming out tonight. Let's network. Appreciate you.
Cool. That was Jake Barnes with Upright. And next we're going to go to our title sponsor, Sean with Bridge Title.
Hey everybody. Hey. So I'm Sean Stevens. I own Bridge Title. We have an office in Columbus, that's where I live. And we close in all 88 counties. We're up here a lot, closing deals every month. We're up here. When Jamison called me and said, hey, would you mind sponsoring this? I'm so busy with life, and you know the gray on top of my head. It's not because I'm old, it's just because I'm busy and my wife and kids run me ragged. But I said, absolutely, I'm coming up here. Once COVID hit, and I looked around at the world and I thought, you know what? I went to work every day during COVID, worked my ass off, and I looked all around and thought, okay, who's working through COVID and who's made it through and who's surviving and who are the workers of the world? It's everybody in this room. It's like all my investor clients at the title company helped me get through COVID. And when he said, would you like to sponsor and come up here, I said, yes, this is the right group of people to come in and invest my time and invest my money. So thank you for inviting me. I look back before I came up, we did about 1,000 wholesale deals in the last 2 years in my company. And let me just tell you this, if there's the wholesale deals, I have found that there's 1,001 ways to lose money and get screwed and not protect yourself. So that expertise matters. And when you have a deal and you want to get it done right and you want to make sure all the parties are happy at the end of the deal and you're not stepping on toes and you got future clients, you want a partner that you can count on, and that's Bridge Title. We have done it. We do it all the time. In fact, I text Jamison today. I said, hey, I've got this house I might need you to sell. He's like, oh, come on down. Let's do it.
Send it my way.
So, yeah, I'm so thankful to be here. I brought 50 business cards with me, and I won't leave it tonight. And I just gave out a handful, but I haven't started yet. I'm not going to leave till I get rid of them all, so please grab one from me. I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Cool. Next we're going to go to Steve.
You'll put the slide up.
Yeah, I got you, brother.
So, Adventures in Income is a coaching real estate group. So, anyone interested in real estate, looking to get started, we have a coaching group. Myself, Zach Zimmer, who has 50 plus rentals, does a lot of private money placements. So if you need hard money, that's something we also do in the group. So we lend to our own members. And then my Uncle Kip, who's in the back, he runs the multi-million-dollar Renew Home Exteriors business. So roofing, siding, windows to retail customers, builds sales teams, training. That's his niche in the group. And then I do turnkey rentals, I do flips. So I did over 100 flips last year, looking to do 125 this year. So know a lot of you guys from wholesale deals. Awesome to meet everybody. So if you're looking to get into real estate, this is a great group to be in. Also, we're having a free event for anyone, members, non-members. If you want to register online, that's the QR code.
101 flips. That's crazy.
What's up, everybody? It's Tony Blackman. I see a lot of familiar faces in here. A lot of people that I've met for the first time tonight. Can't hear you. You hear me?
It's a fine distance you got to find.
I know, I was like walking in a circle.
Yeah, I started my career in real estate about 9 years ago. Started out as a realtor, primarily working with investors that would buy, fix and flip, rent properties. Admir being one of my main clients over the past several years. And I've dabbled in real estate investing over the years, done a handful of wholesale deals. But now I'm at the point in my career where I'm thinking about putting my kids through college, retirement, things like that. So I'm starting to take real estate investing more seriously. So currently looking for deals, looking for fix and flip. I do some wholesaling. Me and Amir just closed one up, a monster deal, 25K.
25,000, yeah, it was
Something
okay.
like.
It was okay.
And yeah, I'm looking for deals. So wholesalers, I'm looking for a fix and flip in the Akron Canton market currently, and that's pretty much all I have. So.
We closed the flip today too. You forgot to mention.
We closed the flip today. You got that from Blaine?
Yeah, I got that from Blaine. Yeah.
Yeah, Blaine brought the deal. Amir bought it. I listed it. Sold it today. So.
Yep. Friends making money.
Cool. Hi everyone, I'm Jamison Williams. It's J Will on Twitter. I'm an investor, wholesaler. A lot of people know me for wholesaling. I did 7 figures in like wholesale transactions and flips last year. So I just want to tell a little bit about my story. Who in here has never done a real estate transaction? Okay, so we got a couple. So for me, I started in real estate a little while ago. Little to no money. Started off wholesaling, and I know that. You guys hear me? Yeah, and I know that Amir, he talked about ways to find wholesale deals, transactions. I spend $0 on my marketing budget each month, and we do probably about like 10 to 15, sometimes a little bit more transactions a month. And one thing I just wanted to say is just like, yeah, appreciate it. Yeah. I spend $0 on marketing. So a lot of my leads, they come from referrals and just building connections. I have a small team of just like under like I think we're at like 33 employees.
I should have listed off what it takes me to make money for spending
But
for
really, I
payroll
want to
for
talk
1
about
week.
a couple different ways for you guys to find leads in terms of deals for you guys to be able to, if you guys want to wholesale a deal or flip a deal or find an investor. Wholesaling is a great way to just be able to create money for you guys if you're in a bind, if you're just looking to pick up a hobby. It's lots of ways for you guys to find deals without spending $0 to no money. Has anyone in here been driving around and seen a for rent sign? Has anybody? Cool. Next time you guys see a for rent sign, I want you guys to call the seller and run your numbers, obviously, but call the seller and let them know that you want to buy that property. That's a great way to just find a property that's one, vacant, and a seller that may be ready to sell. One thing that I want to say as well, and
That's a Joe, that's a Jim.
That was.
yeah,
That's
that
a
was
So I'm writing it
that was
down.
on number.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be pretty fair, but can everybody just pull out their phone
Right.
really quick?
Us
Let's
too.
get those phones off. Yeah. It's a little loud. You mean, all right, it's not loud enough. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right, cool. Everybody pull out their phones real quick. I want everybody to type this down. Fortune favors the bold. Cool. So, fortune favors the bold. That's a model that I live off of. I think it's big. Just in life, you got to take chances. You got to take risks. And you got to bet on yourself. No matter if it's playing basketball and in real estate, you got to take a chance. I started in real estate about little bit, like probably about 2019, 2020. I started my college dorm just off a credit card. Bet on myself, and it was able to work. I failed, and then I started to succeed. So there's lots of great voices in here, lots of great people for you guys to connect with. I like to pride myself on having the biggest buyers list in Northeast Ohio. So if you guys got wholesale deals, you guys can send me the deals. I'm also a buyer. And also, I wanted to get my number out to everybody on here. So I want everybody to pull out their phone. I want everybody to shoot me a text. So I'm gonna give everybody my personal number.
What a guy, what a guy.
If you're a buyer, investor, you guys can shoot me a text and just let me know how I can help. And if you got deals, just bring them my way. So it's
We'll use that one next time.
330
Right.
603-9923. And when you guys text me, just text me your full name,
Hit Mike
last
Jones up
name,
on the low.
and what you do. If you're an investor, if you're trying to learn about real estate, or if you just want to, if you want to connect and
I can show you some of my properties or show you what I do. If you can come to my office, I'm here to help and just want to provide value for the community. And that's pretty much all I got. But I want to thank everybody for coming out. This is our first event, first of many, and the next one, it'll probably be even bigger, so make sure you show up on time. Yo, and I'm gonna get that number one more time.
Hey, Mike Jones.
It's let's see, man. I want to see. Let's see if I got any text yet.
I just called you, bro.
All right, I got a couple of texts.
Sway, what's up, man?
Not enough. All right, so we're gonna do this one more time. It's 330.
What's Mike Jones' number?
992.
330.
I appreciate everybody for coming out and get home safely, and let's continue to use the network. Have a good time. We appreciate everybody for showing up.
Hey, let me see if people got questions. Does anybody have questions for anybody up here? Whether it's wholesaling, rentals, flipping. What's up? There you go. Front row came early and got her notepad. Oh, did you? Okay.
So what are some of the signs that someone is motivated to sell?
So if you're on a budget, and let's say you're driving for dollars, you want to see if a property has tall grass. You know, somebody's not maintaining it. Maybe tarp on the roof. Any kind of physical distress that would show a lot of motivation. A lot of mail in the mailbox. You know, things like that. When you see, all you have to do is write that address down, go to whatever county that address is in, pull it up on the county tax assessor, and it'll give you the person's first name, last name, mailing address. If that person's mailing address is different than the property address, now you know they don't even live at that property. That's also another motivating factor for them to sell you the house, because it's not their primary. So it's easier for somebody to sell a house they don't have to move out of. So tall grass, lots of mail, any kind of physical distress. Maybe they have a window unit and all the other houses have AC units.
Message.
Thank you.
I got a question for Steve Yo. I got a question for Steve Yo.
What's up, Jamison?
I had Steve Yo walk the property that I sent him a couple of days ago. He offered me $100,000. It was too low. Everybody say too low.
Too low.
Everybody say too low.
Ante up.
Too high. Steve, I want to sell you this property, but you gotta come up. Everybody say, Steve, go up.
Too much, too much.
Everybody say, Steve, go up. Steve, go up. So Steve's a good buyer.
Absolutely.
He's one of the best buyers in the area. So Steve, can we get a deal done today?
How much you gonna push me up?
101.
101.
I was at 100K for a house in Akron, so that's
Hey.
a super high amount.
Hey, should we say $3,000?
A deal going?
$3,000, guys. All right, Steve, if we can do, I know I wanted to be at 105. If you can meet me halfway at 102, 102.5, I'll send you the contract tonight.
1025 in North Hill. Walk in, let's do it.
Oh, wait. North Hill is my area.
I'll
Oh.
take it. It's a nice house.
Oh my God.
I just overpaid for a deal, everyone. I paid too much.
I'm mad I didn't get it because I love North
In
Hill.
Aberdeen, not even that great of an area.
Hey, real quick, Aaron's first flip, I sold him, and that was on Aberdeen. So just to connect the story.
You sold me one on Aberdeen.
I've sold him one on
It was
Aberdeen
right
too. I'm
across the
sorry.
So I do zero marketing. I just networked in groups like this. I buy all my deals off of wholesalers, MLS. I put zero money into marketing. So just making relationships, finding good deals, and always responding to text messages. My phone blows up all the time. Just buy, find private money. So people like Jake, I think Jake's funded over 90 deals for me, lifetime. That's a lot of deals to fund, right?
Yeah.
Just a perspective, I did my first flip in 2020. So to go from my first flip in 2020 to doing 101 flips in 2023. Yeah, it's an insane amount of scale.
Steve, math teacher to million.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was a math teacher is what I did. So my degree's
Math
in middle
teacher to
school
millionaire, I like
math
that.
and science. I also have a pencil's license.
Better behave.
And I dropped out of college, so this is very doable by anybody at any level. So not proud to say that, but my dad put me through private school and spent a lot of money on my education, but I figured it out.
He sent him to the wrong private school. He went to St. V instead of Hubman.
Irish.
Hey, marketing not considered. If you got a little bit of capital in Ohio, what's the best market do you think to enter in your opinion?
The best market in Ohio? Akron. I would say Akron, Canton, and over Cleveland.
Winner?
Maybe I'm biased. Columbus. If you really want to know Ohio, it's Columbus. Columbus has lots of money, billions of dollars being invested into Columbus. So whether you're looking for residentials or multifamily, Columbus is a very booming market. Job growth, population growth, that's where your focus should be. Absolutely. Oh yeah.
Hi, I have a quick question for you. So let's just say hypothetically I'm looking into investing. Can I use equity in my current home to invest?
Absolutely. So you can arbitrage, let's say you take equity out of your home and I don't know, it's 7%, 8%, whatever it would be now. You can lend that money to a guy like me or a bunch of these operators who are flipping and get double-digit returns, 10%, 12%, 15%, so it just depends on, do you trust that person? And, are you okay to lend money that way?
How much risk is involved in that?
It depends on the operator. It always is. For me, I would say I have never borrowed money from anybody that's never been repaid. But you got to check track record. Know a little bit about how to underwrite a deal. Is there a lot of equity in this deal in case this flipper was to mess up? How am I secured? Ask them questions. Hey, if you walk across the street and get hit by a bus and die, what happens to my investment? Or if the house burns down, how do I get paid? Get put on a hazard insurance policy, get put on their life insurance policy. There's a lot of ways to secure you with real estate, not just by the mortgage and deed, because when you're lending, let's say you lend the full amount, you get first position rights to this property, right? So that means when that flipper goes to sell the house, you are paid first by the title company. And then there's a promissory note that's attached to it, but what I do is I give a cognotive promissory note. I waive all rights to any foreclosures if I was to ever mess up, so you don't have no fighting. So I put my money where my mouth is. I secure it by millions of real estate that I own, that if I had to liquidate to make you whole. So I'm not gonna tell you that, any investment is fully safe. It's against SEC guidelines, but real estate it's a physical thing, it's right there. The market's not gonna tank overnight by, 10, 15, 30%. Correct, yeah, so you can lend it, usually the lending is written out for 12 months, but usually my deals are 3 to 4 months, 6 months most. By the time I buy it, fix it, list it, sell it, it doesn't take that long. So usually 4 to 6 months, yes.
Yeah, buddy.
I found some more money.
If you're a private lender and you're doing a deal like that where you're pulling equity out of your home and the deal looks great, every deal looks great on the front end, just so you know. But what I would recommend is getting a lender's title policy, so you don't have to be Chase Bank to get a lender's title policy. You would partner with the people putting the deal together, use a title company, we issue a lender's title policy that covers you in the deal in case something happens. So let's fast forward, something happens, now you're in bed with, I use Old Republic, so Old Republic, which is a Fortune 50 company in America, now we're going to work together instead of you going to court trying to liquidate assets from somebody that you don't want to do. So, that's fine.
From a lender's perspective, if your home's appreciated, say in the last couple of years, I don't know, I bought mine for $210 in November, it's probably worth $270, $330 in Lakewood, it's a great market. HELOC is what I'm thinking before I move out, 85 to 90% before you move out. If you move out, you get a lower leverage. Now, if you're, investment property and no equity on it, free and clear, you can get a DSCR loan to an LLC that's not gonna impact your debt to income, not gonna show up on your credit report. They'll tap you out 70, 75% of that. You can go and take that and do whatever you want with it. Lend it to somebody like Admir, go and contact an attorney who's gonna draft you up a promissory note, you name it. If you identify an off-market property in Akron, Ohio for 40 purchase, 30 reno, the Steve Yoke special, 100, 120 ARV. A lender like me or private, you might only need like 10 to 15K of your own money.
Bread and butter.
So That will allow you to do a lot of different things. Very excited if you have that tap into.
So my question is about wholesaling. So, you know, you pull up all these lists on PropStream or like other, yeah, so let's say you pull up all of these lists from PropStream or any other skip tracing, and then like I make these calls, but like most of the times it's like ding, 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 like, you know, if nobody answers or they're not working. Where do you get your phone numbers that are actually, that the seller answers? Because I feel like I waste my time and I get frustrated.
So this is from a non-wholesaler. I'm not looking at these lists. I'm in my car a lot. Download an app called Regrid, R-E-G-R-I-D. You see the tall grass, you see the distressed stuff. You can click on the parcel. You can see the homeowner's name. You know their name. It shows their registered address. You can then take that to truepeoplesearch.com, type in your name, type in your address. First fucking number that pops up, excuse my French, it's probably theirs. And it's got a couple of emails going too.
Fuck no, it never was.
I know,
It
it's-
always was ass.
But that's how I target investors too. I hunt down project doers doing the same thing with an LLC. Very,
We
very
simply,
valuable.
for 99
Target
bucks a
your
month, you
own
can
stuff.
do everything I do with my
Yeah,
system
but
and
I
drive
use
for dollars.
Google
Much
search,
better.
but like,
You hit a dead end sometimes.
yeah.
Sometimes it happens. Just move on.
We got another one back here.
All right, so a lot of people can do 1-2 deals a year. How do we scale? How do we get the knowledge to go ahead and, who do we contact, who do we get to be able to scale from 1 to 2 flips a year? How do we get to the 20, 30, 40? How do we get to the yoke status of 100 flips a year? How do we get there? Where do we go?
So first, you gotta have a pipeline of deals coming in, right, to do that many. So you need to get on a lot of these wholesalers lists to be able to evaluate that many deals for you to put, because it's a numbers game. So then it gets down to, you know, if you're thinking in the mindset of, oh my God, this house is gonna cost me $100,000 and this house is $100,000. So if you're used to just using your own money, that means you can only do 2 deals for $200,000 because that's all you got, so you're limited. Now you gotta wait 4-6 months till these flip, and then you can reuse that money. Jake, he lends money. Upright is a company that lends you this money. If you bring a deal and they look at it and they say, hey, we'll lend you basically 90% of this money, you just need a 10% down. So that $100,000 that you have, instead of spending all of it to buy that house, you might need $10,000-15,000 of it only. How much further can you stretch that $100,000 of your money now to buy multiple deals?
That's exactly how I scaled. So I took the $100,000 we had and I split up to 7 deals. And then that made money. And I split it again. I was able to keep putting $10K down to fund that flip and keep buying deals. Because you could stretch the money further. They had draws once you did the rehab, right? Then you got to rack up credit card points, fuel perks.
Lots of
all
tricks,
that
yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah, and I'll say one more thing. It also takes time, and don't scale too fast. Don't scale too fast, guys. That's how you lose all your money.
Don't scale chaos.
Leverage is a good thing, but if you're over leveraged, I mean, there's people in this room that probably lost their ass in 08, 09 because you're over leveraged. And I can't, I mean, I'm 25, I didn't live through that era, but personally, I can't help out non-experienced investors, but I'll point you to my competition. So if you're trying to get into this stuff, let's connect. I'll give you all the knowledge. All these national lenders are not boots on the ground, run around the market. I am the only person in 500 miles that has that niche. Let's get it.